Get this on the Triple M network. It is myself, Tony Martin. Oh, this is because Matt Dow's away today, isn't it?
Yeah.
We don't have our usual range of sound effects.
No,
What do we got?
we're sort of handicapped a bit today.
Okay, we've got Ed Cavalier.
Hi.
Is that the only one we've got? Richard Marsland.
Man, do we suck?
I don't mind that, though.
I don't know how Matt Dow, who makes all of our sketches and sound effects on the pots and pans here at the M's,
Selfishly,
has
had the first day off since 81.
first day off ever.
Unbelievable.
And guess what? It's for personal reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Check your contract, Matty D.
Get your tats on the weekend, bro.
I thought we signed him up to one of these ironclad work choices AWAs.
Yeah.
Death certificate's the only thing we'll accept.
And even then,
Yeah.
I need it ratified.
As I understand it, we get 25 years worth of radio production out of him. And he gets, I think, a cheese platter, a Dean Geyer album,
Yeah.
and a punch in the head. I think that's industry standard now.
Well, I think it's a Dean Guy EP. I don't think you get the full album.
Every few months he gets an hour of sunlight.
He does.
Which is nice. A little
Just to
walk
get his
around.
vitamin D.
Yeah.
Back in the cell.
But that happens in the middle of the night. He can't be wasting daylight hours.
I think Ivan Milat's got more free time than Matty Dower these days.
Yes, it's Get This Around the Nation. Let's go looking for some stupid crime. Oh, for God's sake, Richard, we
Sorry,
must
Tom.
have more than one sound effect today. This is what happened with Matty D. What does he think? He's just abandoned us for his so-called personal reasons.
We're not pumpkin. You can't just abandon us.
We're falling apart. I might have something.
Oh, the old Crime Watch theme?
Hey.
LA15S4 requesting roadblocks at every exit.
How about signing up with the Chimps, huh?
Ah, yes, the Chimps. If you've never seen Chimps, it was a program from the 1970s where every week unsecured cardboard boxes would fall off the back of a truck on the freeway. And it was a whole hour of entertainment would just emerge from that chrysalis.
Didn't they recently find that Eric Estrada couldn't actually ride a motorbike or didn't have a motorbike license?
No license.
Yeah, that's right.
All that information coming out about the old TV shows. So the Brady Bunch a couple of weeks ago.
What was that bombshell, Rich?
Well, I'm not sure if this is the time slot for it.
Really?
Oh, the kids aren't out of school for another hour 20.
Well, it's
In
more-
some states, they're on holiday, but, you know, they knew what they were getting into when they signed up for that vacation.
Let him have it, Rich.
Maureen McCormick, who played Marsha.
Yeah.
Well, apparently in her autobiography, she said something about maybe her and Jan,
Wow.
maybe when they were older, in the last couple of seasons.
In season.
Eve Plum.
Amazing episode.
On together, is that what you're saying?
Well, maybe just some...
See, if Matty D was
Play.
here, we could play the clip of Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. Wouldn't that sound erotic now?
All right. Well, there you have it.
You're moving on, are you, Ed?
Yeah, I have to.
Because when you hear about sex from the 70s, you assume it's Confessions of a Window Cleaner style
Yeah, pretty
70s
much.
nudity.
In a field, daisy chaining.
We're meant to be talking about stupid crime. Oh, here's one from Melbourne. Now, this one's still in the courts.
Allegedly.
So let's tread carefully here, but I'm sure people heard about a policeman accused of brandishing a fake gun during a home invasion and then a milk bar hold-up. Now, he's claimed he was the robbery victim. This is the interesting part. Now, I'm not saying this didn't happen, but just imagine if this did happen at your local milk bar. Bloke's gone, allegedly, into a milk bar with surgical gloves on, scarf wrapped around his head, carrying an imitation pistol.
Okay.
He's been hit in the head with a stool
Wow.
by the milk bar owner, and then as he's leaving the shop, he's been arrested, and he's being charged with an attempted robbery.
Mm-hmm.
Fairly straightforward so far. What's his defence? He's saying this is a bloke with the scarf around his head, the surgical gloves, and the imitation pistol. He's claiming he only wanted to buy a packet of cigarettes, and the shop owner had produced a firearm and demanded money from him.
That's so true. That happens all the time.
Isn't that a great new
No,
risk?
that always happens.
The shop owner behind the counter
Yeah.
produces a gun and says, "Give me all your money."
Yep.
What happens then? You give it to him, and the owner flees the store.
Yes. He asks you to lock up behind you. I'm out of here. Can you lock up?
It's a new wrinkle.
Pretty amazing. Often I'll walk into a store and the shop owner will be like, put these gloves on. Why? Here, put this scarf on. Why? Here, have this imitation pistol. All right. Then he pulls a shotgun on me. Takes all my cash.
Oh, so he's making it a fair fight.
I'm just going in there for a packet of fads.
Well, it's a giveaway when the shopkeeper's wearing a stocking over their face.
Absolutely right.
I should get out of here.
Not a giveaway. It's just a G-string. That's
Yeah.
quite alluring.
The shop owner would doubtless return to the scene of the crime, though, and that's when they'd nab him.
Eventually.
Okay. Did we say allegedly enough there?
I think so. I think it's fairly allegedly.
I mean, I'm not saying that didn't happen.
No, I know you're not, Tone.
It's going to make for a great red act.
I
but
was
if-
just going to
if
say,
that did happen.
there's two roles going there, Rich.
Yes. We're all under the alleged doona
Okay.
for this
And
segment.
it is cosy in here.
Have you got some stupid crime, Ed?
Here we go, Tone. We love the community newspapers sent to us by Nikki Hamilton's mother. Thank you
Yes,
very
very
much.
nice. Yeah, beautiful.
The lovely Mrs. Hamilton. Thumbs up, thumbs down is our favourite column.
Oh, yeah.
Thumbs down would be to the person who removed my black umbrella from the apartment block on September 9. Kindly put it back. Apparently there is nothing safe these days, not even in a retirement village. Firstly, I think it's probably the penguin. But if it wasn't the penguin, then a surefire way to find the culprit, wait till it rains. Who's dry? Nab him.
Okay, stupid crime. I'd just like to point out we have got a fabulous prize today.
Marijuana plants,
Hey.
hydroponic equipment, a van, and a speedboat.
Oh,
Could all be yours. Here, get this. No, that's actually from, I thought, a very sort of cuddly crime story on the news last night.
A man, a woman, and their son are being questioned by police tonight over a sophisticated drug lab uncovered in Thomastown.
Oh, isn't it good to see the family business?
Sticking together.
The family business. Beautiful story.
Nice.
Okay. What have we got here? Oh, yeah, here's another. Bungling Robbers. I think if you're getting into the robbery caper, it should be your solid aim not to end up in a newspaper story with the word bungling on the front of your name.
Well, normally if you're going to go rob somewhere and the only costume that you've got is a cardboard box for your head,
Yeah.
you're pretty sure you're going to make it in there, I'm afraid.
Because then your enemy is anyone with scissors.
Absolutely. If you're trying to rob a store with a toucan, you're probably going to be in there. If you're not wearing pants, you're in.
A drunken German was arrested
Here we
after
go.
he tried to rob a bank armed with a water pistol and a potato peeler.
There it is.
Goodness me.
What sort of thinking is that? Okay, I've got this gun,
What if they grab the gun?
and the gun's not very It's sort of transparent orange plastic, and there's water dripping out of it. I need some backup.
Okay, hang on.
Cutlery drawer. No, get that knife out of the way.
I might cut myself.
Potato peeler.
That'll learn him.
That man can peel a bank teller in less than an hour.
You'll be sautéed. I will saute the lot of you.
Watch out, I might Julienne. Be careful.
This bloke, 52, had a stocking over his head and was waving the potato peeler when he demanded the cash. He left empty-handed after the cool-headed German bank teller told him, "We've run out of money." I mean, I guess if the guy's got a water pistol or a potato peeler, you take a chance on the "we've run out of money" story.
And did he pull his pockets out and show that they were empty? Oh, well, fair enough.
Look, moths flying. A bank. What do you expect us to have? Cash?
If you had a whisk, maybe I could find something. It's just potato peeler, not doing it for me.
does.
But to me, see, none of that is the stupid crime part.
Really?
The stupid crime part is the final sentence of the story. The man still had the stocking on when he was arrested 5 minutes later. Oh, they'll never spot me in this crowd. What's that on your face? Oh, no!
What? You've got me.
There's another example
Yeah.
of stupid crime. Thank you. Oh, what's Keith Richards done? He once pulled...
Can't kill him. Invincible. Absolutely invincible.
He once pulled a gun on Ronnie Wood. Richards was incensed that Wood was smoking purified cocaine.
Without him.
I'm assuming.
Not sharing.
Imagine that. Keith Richards on a high horse about
About
use.
drugs.
And guns is the answer.
Oh, going to use that crack pipe, are you? You peasant.
I can't read out any of his quotes. You effing B. Okay, and then it's just mostly asterisks for the rest of the article.
Fantastic.
Actual quotes from Keith Richards. Stupid crime, always looking for it. Kiefer Sutherland, they say he might be going to prison.
Yeah.
Oh, Priz.
And he'll have only 10 minutes to escape.
He'll be fine, though.
Look at this photo. And this is from the New Weekly. Now, I'm thinking either this is him at the moment of arrest, or what kind of thinking has led to the selection of this photo. How would you describe that picture of Kiefer Sutherland in the New
Hey!
Weekly? Ed?
I would describe it as a man with no shirt on, quite hirsute round the nipples,
Yes.
with a very low-slung pair of jeans, an alluring muffin top, and
Yeah.
a chrysanthemum poking out his old fella.
He's got, yes,
What?
a flower for genitals. That's what he's got.
That's how you can recognise him in a crowd. I'll be wearing a pink carnation around the old fella. I'm Kiefer Sutherland. Wow.
Yeah, there it is. You'll know me by the pink chrysanthemum.
Chloe, I need the schematics for my pants.
Where the flowers go.
You've got stupid crime, haven't you, Mr. Marsden? I'm sure you
I
have.
certainly do, actually. This is getting up into some heavy hitters,
Yep.
this area. 4 men entered Britain in the back of a truck carrying former Prime Minister Tony Blair's new official car. The men were arrested when they jumped out after the truck stopped in a police yard to deliver the car. The modified grey BMW 7 Series with bulletproof glass and reinforced doors have been ordered from Munich and was being sent to Britain. 4 men climbed in the back. I was just trying to rekindle the relationship with the Blairs, Peter Foster was quoted as saying after being arrested. Got to keep an eye on that one.
So it's got bulletproof doors and windows, but not a lockable boot.
And also,
presumably.
how does it go against a potato peeler? Like, if I get that end bit that digs out the eyes of the potato, can I get right in?
You probably could. You could probably hotwire the car with a potato peeler. Movie style.
Give that a
Too
crack.
wise.
I saw that Bourne Ultimatum.
Oh, did
on
you,
the way,
Tony?
because
How
I
was
can't
it?
stop doing Bourney as soon as you go there. He must wire start a motorbike, a couple of cars. He's just constantly touching wire. He starts a car in less than 1 second.
Oh, it's a cool movie.
In one scene.
And there's one bit where he buys a phone
Yeah.
and then is on the phone for the next 20 minutes. But if you buy a phone, the battery's not charged.
Ah.
Don't you have to sit there for 24 hours and charge up the battery?
And is that what you said on your blog, Rich?
Yeah, that's all up there.
And he's taking on the most secret anti-terrorist agency in the United States.
Which is?
And to find out what they're up to, he just goes to the office in the building across the way, gets out some binoculars, and the guy's just there putting the secret files into his safe. And he's able to read the secret files as he's putting them in the safe. Like, maybe top secret agency, maybe no windows on the office. Just think about that for an idea. Look, everyone over at Mitre 10 and just checking out these secret files.
Why are we having all our meetings in one of those glass rooms that they have at aquariums? There are people on a conveyor belt watching us.
And then Matt Damon says, "Oi, I'm over here, come and get me." So the entire agency flees the building.
Oh, don't tell
And then
me.
you just cut to Matt Damon in the bloke's safe.
Oh, come on.
You go, how do you get in the office? Do they not have a receptionist at the CIA?
At the very least. If not a security guard, a work experience kid.
And we've seen that the safe only operates with both fingerprints and voice control.
How's he get around that?
Just puts his thumb on it and talks and opens. Suddenly he's David Strathairn now, is he?
Now that works.
And then someone comes in and goes, how do you get in the office? He's already gone again. And he's wearing no disguise.
Really?
He's always Matt Damon, not even a false nose like in the Ocean's 11.
No stocking?
Very odd.
Dear, dear.
I love hearing Tony's wrap up of movies.
Sorry, I don't want to spoil it.
No,
for you.
but I did enjoy it beforehand.
But, you know, get an office without windows, I'm suggesting, if you're that secret.
All right.
Top secret in the safe air. No one will see that. No one will be able to read that with
Jeez,
binoculars.
it's drafty with that window open.
How do you get back in the country?
I don't know,
Is
Tony.
it like Portugal or something? And then he's walking down the main street in New York.
He swam.
Most wanted man in the world. Hasn't even got a false moustache on. Are we running way over? Time for
might be.
music here at Get This. Oh, Ed Cavalier's with us, of course. He's always with us here at Get This.
Oh.
He's not very happy.
No.
He's very flummoxed about his latest selection of prizes.
Let him have another hissy fit because he doesn't like the truth. But the truth is that in public hospitals, the buck stops with the state premiers.
Yeah, okay, that's not about Ed. That's about the medical system. Everyone's fighting over now.
Nobody wants him.
No, everyone's blaming everyone else.
Yeah.
Abbott's going, well, it's run by the states, nothing to do with me, the health minister. And then the states are going, well, it's the health department. And, you know, Abbott came out with that extraordinary claim that a vote for Labor is a vote for miscarriage, apparently. Did you notice that?
I didn't
Oh,
know.
they're not politicising this whole thing,
Nah,
are
of course, that's not ugly, is it?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
What's the shadow minister's name? Is it Roxanne?
Is it really?
Is that her
What?
name? I forget her, but she's certainly
Roxanne.
getting out there. I think it's Roxanne.
Okay.
Now we're getting
There'll be
somewhere.
a song for her, I'm sure there will be. Just more medical news. You may have heard, bad news, I guess, a couple of days ago for James Bond fans.
80-year-old Canadian-born actress Lois Maxwell, who played M's secretary, Miss Moneypenny, has died in a West Australian hospital.
Yes, that was Kevin Rudd as well, according to Mr. Abbott. A vote for Labor is a vote for death to Miss Moneypenny.
It's awful. Why is that one of their policies?
How many more fictional characters will die in Australian hospitals if Kevin Rudd is let to run things?
Watch out, Mr. Toad. He's coming for you.
All right, that's the medical department covered.
Done.
What else have we got?
Want to talk science, Tone?
Now you want to do science?
Yeah.
Let's bite off science. Go.
Look at this. Court won't declare chimp a person.
Oh, really?
In Austria, there's a chimp that's, quite people-like, they say, and they want to declare him a person. And the association which is looking after him, Animal Rights, says that he's been pressing to get Pan declared a person so a guardian can be appointed to look out for his interests and provide him with a home. Right. Group President Martin such and such insists that Pan is a being with interests.
Okay.
And thus should be declared a person. A similar case has arisen in Australia, Tone, with activists trying to get a chimp declared a person here.
Really?
He has a limited grasp of language. He is partly toilet trained and hosts Australia's best backyards. We should declare him a person.
Hang on, but surely...
Give him some dignity.
Scientists surely would be able to just go, that's a person. No, that's a monkey. You can put
Take
him in...
the bow tie off him and the cigar out of his mouth. He might be able to roller skate, but a person that does not make.
And so what's he doing that's having him upgraded from monkey to person status?
He likes Brahms, throwing his feces.
That's very human. Fine.
All
right.
He eats bananas.
I don't know if we should let these monkeys in.
Really?
They're going to be taking our jobs.
And they're women.
We had a lot of trouble with monkeys here at Triple M about a year ago.
I'll tell you what.
In fact, we're not even supposed to talk about them.
Yeah, picking music.
Okay.
That's science covered.
Katie Diamond's back from the original Get This way back in 2006. Weren't those the days, Katie?
Oh, weren't they the days?
How was life different back in 2006, do you remember?
I was driving a Daihatsu Mizuno.
And a bright pair of newcomers called Bros had the world at their feet.
Absolutely.
We're all a year younger.
Fringes were a lot higher in those days, weren't they?
Yes.
Tony didn't have the T-shirt he's wearing today.
No, I was going to say,
Glad
Tone's
somebody's
got a new
mentioned.
outfit on.
I've never in my life ever worn horizontal stripes.
It
although
works for you, Tone. You look big. You look bigger than Ed.
it's fattening. That's what it is.
It's a Marcel Marceau tribute.
This, my father-in-law mentioned him earlier, born on the day Collingwood won a premiership 78 years ago or so, brought me this striped T-shirt. And I've never worn one, so I've put it on. Everyone just thinks it's hilarious. Cecilia's calling me Where's Wally? Yes, again, it started all over again. But I walk through the house.
But you look like Where's Wally's nemesis because he wears white and red and you've gone blue and white.
This is the
You look like his evil twin.
I just thought it looked like I was off on a yachting holiday. But every time I walk through the house at home, my wife sees me, she just starts doing the man trapped in a box miming. Apparently I'm mimed up and ready to go. All right, enough about me. Katie, what is going on? Albury, what's the hot topic?
Oh, what's going on in the Brie? Oh, well, we had Silverchair and Powderfinger there the other week.
Oh, did they come on your show?
No.
They're doing Reach.
Hey.
They're doing Reg, but they're not going in on your show.
No.
And you are the queen of Albury.
Yes, of course I am. Star FM. Do the Brekkie show there. But the other day I had well, listen, we opened up the phone lines on the show because I went to the supermarket.
Yes.
And they were quite passionate about this because I was eating grapes walking around the supermarket.
You're a
which
thief.
You would think, okay, this was the problem.
Oh,
Ed.
you haven't paid for them yet and you're already tucking in.
You would think that everyone tries before you buy with grapes. Apparently not.
Nope.
An abundance of callers aggressively arguing with me saying that that's stealing.
It is stealing.
Don't think it is, mate. I don't think it is.
If you can't just go into a shop, I can't walk into the Mazda dealership and just go, well, I'm just going to take this to the shops and maybe I'll be back in a week and then come back.
Yeah.
You can't walk into the spray tan, get it done, then wander out and go, no thanks.
Try
You've already got the tandoori.
Go to the 7-Eleven and ask if you can try the contraceptives. They
won't let
they'll
you.
show you the door. They will.
You smoke one cigarette out of their pack and they say you got to buy it.
Oh, I'm in
Now,
shock.
okay, so if you say something like that on your radio show in Albury, does that mean the whole town knows when you're walking down the street it's kind of a scarlet letter situation? There she is, that's the grape eater.
No, the beauty of radio is no one knows what you look like.
So there aren't...
As demonstrated by our outfits
Yeah,
today,
exactly.
gentlemen.
Ed's still in his PJs with the little bears on them.
Thank you very
Interesting choice of sleepwear there, Ed.
Every now and then, Katie, I don't know if this happens in Albury, but they suggest, hey, why don't we put up some webcams?
Yes, they've got that in the Mildura one.
But
What, in Milled?
that's not what radio's about.
No,
Radio's
it's
about
not.
theatre of the mind.
Exactly. I would die if
We
they
always
did
say,
that.
well, what happens when we play a sketch?
Yeah,
It's just us sitting there.
Yeah, exactly.
Or are we expected to get up and act the entire sketch out? So when the giant baby comes in, we've got to have Richard in a giant samurai. I guess it could be done. It'd be an elaborate show.
That baby threw up all over me too.
Yeah,
That's
it
not
did.
something I want to look
Difficult to recreate.
forward to.
Okay, drop some names. Who have you had on your show? Big names in Albury. Who comes there?
Oh, see, we did this last time, and I think as far as we got was Ricky Lee and the local mayor.
The local
The
mayor.
local mayor
We are
could be.
talking roundabouts.
Yeah. Yeah, talking roundabouts. That's what we talked last time.
Really?
Yeah.
And what's any developments in Albury roundabouts we should know about?
No, not just yet. No.
Okay.
I'll ask for new ones to be put in next time, and then I'll have something more to talk to you.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
But, you can, I'm guessing on a 4.5-hour show, we would get into a lot of trouble. We might play some more music, though, so we'd probably be in less trouble in that regard. But have we said anything that's been causing trouble? I know.
Oh, I called my mother a witch the other day.
Yeah, see,
that's not good.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny, and she didn't. So.
What did she do? What did she say?
Oh, it's normally just a phone call, and then there's like a lot of other talk about the cats and all that kind of stuff, which she sucks me in with that. Like she'll call up and say, the cats are on the couch. Really? Let me listen to their tales, right? And then she'll be like, yeah. Anyway, Edward, what makes you think I'm a witch? I'm like, oh,
You're floating.
Zero, dear. I'm like, Mum, I can hear the cauldron in the background, I sent you a gnat last week. I know you need that for a spell. And then she hangs up.
You're a cat man.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, it's a bit.
I hate all this talk of Burma. Why are people so down on Burma? Hey?
I find something really unmanly about men and cats.
No, same
Are
here.
you kidding me?
Yeah, same here.
There's nothing butcher than a man walking down the street with a cat on a lead.
They're so hard to control. A dog just does what it's meant to do. Try leading a cat on a string. You'll be walking along the top of a fence for hours.
Before you know it.
All right, see.
Nah.
But this is a good topic because sometimes one of the best ways to get into trouble, I find, is to laugh at something that you shouldn't have laughed at. Things that get this sound. Yeah. We know that sound only too well here at Get This. And it just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, but it's in the news at the moment because of, Chris Lilley and topics for comedy that shouldn't be topics for comedy, that sort of thing. We've all done a bit of it. I've got into that sort of trouble recently. There's a name that comes up in the credits of certain English TV shows. A show we like called Spaced.
Oh, yes.
And Black Books.
Ah, yes.
If you look at the end credits, there's somebody whose name is spelt this way. First name, A-N-I-L.
I like this, but I like where this is going.
Second name, M-I-S-T-R-Y. To me, that's pronounced anal mystery. Nobody else seems to find that funny at my place. That's the reaction it gets. I was watching it.
Who doesn't find that funny?
Well, because I'm sure it's not pronounced that way. I was watching it with a friend of mine whose name is Amrit Singh. He didn't find it funny. He's going, it's pronounced Anil.
Nah, it is not.
Okay, yeah.
That's amazing. I love it.
Fantastic.
You shouldn't really laugh at people's names, but when it looks really close to anal mystery, it's hard not to do a bit of a but shouldn't have happened.
I wish my name was that.
Really?
Yeah.
Aubrey breakfast with anal mystery.
I would be a lot cooler.
You
Katie. How boring's Katie? Imagine I was anal.
Well,
Oh, yeah. Get her on the show.
4.5 hours worth. But you're not Katie on your own show, are you?
No, Monty.
And this is
Monty.
because it's such a big radio market in Albury that there's already a Katie.
Yes. There is already a Katie, so they're like, change your name. I'm like, okay, thanks.
should have gone with Derek.
I should have. Imagine I have it. Wayne. All right, I'll be Wayne.
Who came up with Monty? Whose idea was that?
Ryan Shelton called me Monty.
Shelbo Shelton.
That's a idea, I guess.
It is an idea.
Cotton Don.
But do you get into trouble for laughing at things you shouldn't laugh at, Katie?
Well, I never had a dog growing up, so I don't get the bond. Tony will hate me for this because I know you're such a dog man.
Yes, I was in the cat sort of class.
And?
It went over, married into a dog family.
This is what happens.
Went across to the other side.
Well, my friend had a dog who he absolutely loved this dog called Ozzy.
Yep.
And this was a really ugly dog. It was like a cat dog, if you will. You know, a dog when it's a pathetic excuse for a dog.
Oh, like a pug.
No, not a pug.
Oh, a tiny little...
Yeah.
Oh, we call them rat on a string.
A rat on a string.
You'll often see people just walking a rat on a string up the street, and it's a dog, apparently.
It's embarrassing. It's like walking a cat, not like when...
It actually isn't like walking a cat.
Well, it is. It's like you walking your cat. Yeah. It's embarrassing.
If I walked a cat, I would be butcher than bikers, footy players and tradies all put together. Me in the three-piece brown corduroy suit walking a cat along the street. Just try and yell poofter at me. Just try.
It does attract the word poofter for some reason, that suit. I can't imagine why. So what have you been laughing at dog-wise?
Well, because anyway, my friend's dog, this was just his dog. He loved this dog. I didn't get it because it was so ugly. I never wanted to touch it. The dog died.
Yeah.
And he called me crying and I laughed.
Wow.
It's funny.
Okay, and that would have attracted...
a lot of crickets there.
Some people would call it heartless. I think the world's better off without Ozzy because it was an ugly dog.
Oh, well.
Fantastic. There you have it.
That's the kind of stuff.
Cop that.
Dragging them to breakfast in Albury.
Yeah. Touche.
Mr. Cavalier, you often laugh at things inappropriately. Any lately?
Well, in my street, as you know, it's known for the transactions that happen nightly between people in cars and ladies on the street.
Ladies of the night.
That's very carefully worded.
Now,
Beautifully done.
What I am finding just hilarious is who they turn down. Because the other night I was walking home and a guy pulled up and he leaned out the window and went, "How you going?" And she went, "Get lost."
More power to her.
It was so good because he was like, "She can't reject me. She just can't." All the other girls, absolutely. This one, hang on. Get lost. Fantastic.
Out of the ball.
Fantastic.
Okay, but if you laugh at it,
Why is there going to be...
well, at least amongst the ladies of the night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're not going to find
Just
that
go
amusing.
with it, Katie. It's a sonic action trigger.
Mr. Marsland, have you been giggling inappropriately?
Well, very difficult to top, but I was at McDonald's the other day and I saw this guy try and leap over one of the little
Can
low...
you shut the door? It's still windy. I can
Sorry.
still hear wind.
And there was a guy, there's like a low brick wall, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it comes up to about your knee.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this guy thought he'd be sort of, I
A
think he was
legend.
trying to impress someone
Oh, yeah.
with him, and he went to leap over it, but he sort of timed it wrong and got both, not just the first,
yes.
but both feet caught on the other side.
Bang.
And he had one of his hands in his pocket so he couldn't protect himself.
Yeah.
Face plant.
Oh, yeah.
And it was one, and just the top.
Oh, not the teeth.
The top teeth of the
Yeah,
grill, bleeding, ambulance, but still, I was laughing my head off, and I feel terrible, but I think he'll be okay. I'll just get some caps in. This poor guy.
That's great.
Love it.
But chicks dig wall jumps. That is true.
Yeah, we do. You're right.
Yeah.
All right.
Goodness me.
We need you to help out with this one, listeners.
G'day, Kate. How are you?
Oh, God, I'm so inappropriate, but my whole family follows suit as well. My grandparents live in Brisbane, and they had my younger little turd of a cousin go up and stay with them.
Yes.
And, of course, they filled her full of every junk food you can possibly imagine to the point where she, came out of her bed saying, "I feel sick."
Yeah.
Yep.
Got to the hallway, did the massive vomit in the hallway.
Yes.
The grandpa runs out in distress,
Yep.
slips on the vomit,
Of course he does.
does the hip, and on the way down, gets diarrhea.
No, on the way down.
What?
And you were the only one laughing, were you?
My dad got the phone call, and my grandma's obviously telling him in distress, and Dad had tears streaming down his face. And he could hardly relay the story to the rest of the family because he was crying. He just couldn't even talk. He was laughing so hard.
Tell me something, Kate. Do you reckon you guys could reenact that for Australia's Got Talent? Because that's going to win.
Oh, look, the explosive diarrhea on impact.
It's a great punchline to any story.
The big news, obviously, it's, Britney Spears. I know we're talking about this.
Hey, Britney.
Yeah. Now, look, the theory in the women's mags was that she wanted to lose the kids.
Yep. They're holding their back. They're no fun. They can't hold their booze.
So she
can't
was
stay out late.
deliberately bunging all that on so that K-Fed would take them off her hands.
Yeah, bad luck, son.
Listen to this. Spears took her sons to the drive-through window of a fast food restaurant before handing them over to Federline's bodyguards ahead of time. So she hasn't even kept until the deadline. She's just gone, great, it's gone through the course. Get him there as quick, smart, and just take him to the drive-through. That's a bit of parenting right there.
She's tried to swap them for a cheeseburger. They've gone, no, they're your kids. So she said, well, I better hand them over then.
Judge Commissioner Gordon, that's actually him, described, these are the words he used. Listen to this. Habitual, frequent, and continuous user of controlled substances and alcohol. And that's the father who he's giving the kids to.
It's the best of a bad lot.
Can't even read out his description of Britney. But for incisive coverage, I thought I'd tune into Today Tonight on the 7
You haven't been watching it, Tone.
Haven't watched it for about 2 months. And you just choose one at random and you immediately strike gold.
Yeah.
Can I just say very quickly, Tone, you are looking incredibly Barton Fink today. The bouffant is absolutely ginormous.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Keep in mind that my hair is 65% air. It's one of show business's most skillfully maintained illusions.
Anyway, so you're watching Today
It
Tonight.
used to be Noel Crombie.
And now it's you.
Now it's like a profiterole. But here's what we're doing. We're watching Today Tonight. I'm thinking, Anna Corrin gets up on the high horse.
Well, Matt, you can hardly see her. You can only see the soles of her feet and the undercarriage of her horse.
The trouble is, I don't think she has anything to do with the editing of the segments or the filming.
No, I would say not.
So she's up on the high horse, and then there's just a lot of blokes who I imagine look like the editor from Frontline. You know that bloke?
Yeah, I hope so.
Just trying to get as many tits into the stories as possible. So Anna Corrin's up on the high horse about protecting the kids, it's a custody battle, and our children are in danger.
Yes.
And then you cut to the story, and it's an interview with the bodyguard, Britney's bodyguard.
That's right, yeah.
And they cut to the story, and the first thing you see is Britney lolling about in her underpants.
I really don't care.
Did you see Britney walking around naked?
I've seen her nude. I've seen her totally nude.
Okay, I'm in.
Straight to business.
Yep.
And now, who is this bloke? He's the bodyguard. So who would have employed him?
Britney?
Britney Spears would have employed the bodyguard.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure that that's actually true. Let's hear that.
I came into Britney's life working for her right after rehab.
Right, so he's working for Britney Spears.
Yeah.
But in the very next sentence, the Today Tonight voiceover says...
In an interview with an American entertainment program, Tony revealed that his employee was far from stable, and the courts agreed.
His employee, so Britney's working for him now.
Oh, right.
So the bodyguard has employed Britney.
I didn't even get that bit.
Of course you didn't, because you were watching the tits.
I was imagining them.
So that's how they go, oh, that's wrong.
It doesn't matter, though.
People will be dazzled by the derps.
I was, because the music said Norks, you know what I'm saying? The music said tail, and that's where I was.
This is like one of our flagship current affairs shows.
The flagship? How dare you?
So the bodyguard, I'm picturing the auditions he's had for Britney Spears.
Now, how heavy are you? Now, when I say controlled substances, how controlled are we talking? I mean, am I going to have to carry you, or are you just going to be leaning on me?
What political news do we have today? Oh, listen to this in The Australian. A Labor government would make the removal of legal discrimination against gays and lesbians one of its first orders of business.
That's a bit gay.
Said the spokesman.
Very nice. What else is going on? Oh, yeah, listen to this. This is causing trouble over in Perth. New Zealand Prime Minister Helen Clark is calling for the Union Jack to be stripped from the New Zealand flag, and now people are starting to say we should go the same way here.
Yeah.
So what is that about? It's sort of like, finally the flag has to move out of its parents' house is really what that's about.
Right, move into a share house. It's just be a milk crate in the corner.
Get its own flag.
Do your own washing.
It's time to get rid of the chaperone in the corner, isn't it?
Really right.
Okay, we'll be talking about that later because nothing gets people fired up on the phones on the radio.
Flag waving.
Right, flag talk.
Love flag.
What's it called? The study of flags? Not cartography. That's maps, isn't
That's
it?
maps.
Yeah.
Don't know.
It's not flagography.
It's not topography.
I love it. It must
It's not tobogganing.
flagography. It's spelunking, I think.
Oh, that's it.
That's caving, actually.
How about this, Tone? Speaking of Australia and its national icons, Bondi Beach apparently is in line to be part of the National Heritage listing.
Is it really?
Environment Minister Malcolm Turnbull said recently it's one of 30 sites up for the list. The ruling will hopefully mean the beach's pristine nature will be preserved. If Bondi Beach does make the list, it will mean that backpackers won't be able to spew on it unless they have a permit. And drunken couples trying to have sex on it will have to prove it's in the national interest before they'll be allowed.
I'm for that.
Which is nice.
Yeah, that's great. How about that car park? That car park must be important.
Isn't it beautiful?
For it to be so close to the beach.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's great. Lawn, car park, beach.
Yeah.
That's the way to design
Macca's.
things.
Yeah.
Great.
It's great. It's ever since that record-breaking bikini attempt the other day. Suddenly everyone was, got to preserve that.
Could happen again.
What have we got here? Oh, look. Dancing with the Stars last night. Did you guys see it? No.
No. Jessica Rowe's on board, isn't she?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, J-Ro.
J-Ro. Ando.
Ado.
There we go. And Deso hosting. So how's things going?
Deso.
I just tuned in
Deso horny.
because Kath and Kel were dancing.
Oh, yeah.
From Kath and Kim on Dancing with the Stars.
Looked amazing.
And how was it the other day when Glenn Robbins was on the show? And we just said to him live on air, why don't you go and Dance with the Stars? And he just clammed up. And it was like an alarm had gone off. He's going, because in fact that had been set up for weeks
where he was going.
and was top secret. And just you can only just hear a bit of Glenn's reaction when we said that the other day. Check this out. But you're on the 7 Network now, the home of dancing. Surely that.
They must have asked
Sorry,
you
am I
100 times.
I'm getting the feeling that I shouldn't have said that. Oh, you're going to be coming up on Dancing with the Stars, or maybe you're going to be on. What was that thing last week? Dancing with the Deals.
That's the.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Dancing the deal thing. That's me with the boxes and O'Keefe.
Publicist banging on the window. Don't give it away. Spectacular work, though.
Good work, Tone. Well predicted.
Beautiful outfits.
Anything else you'd like to predict now?
How many predictions in 2 years of this show?
It's been good.
We predicted that Richard Carter would be cast as Bradley John Murdoch.
Bank done.
In that film.
In the bank. That's in the bank.
We predicted that Kath and Kel would dance on Dancing with the Stars. There was a third one. We had a beauty.
Jesus Returning.
Oh, yeah.
Late October.
Yeah.
I think that's been slated in.
They're still working out the
Spring
sponsorship
Racing Carnival.
for that. The signage is a problem, apparently. Speaking of crucifixion,
yes.
Matty D told me that he was watching the grand final, the AFL grand final of the weekend. I think Geelong might have won that.
Do you, Tone?
Oh, sorry. I should have given a spoiler alert in case people have taped it and haven't watched it back yet.
You're right, Tone. Geelong did win.
And our, footballer of the year,
Steve Johnston,
the sunscreen man, he won some medal, did he? Best on ground?
Oh, yeah, he got the Norm Smith medal.
Norm Smith.
Yeah, he was the best player on the ground.
And apparently in the footage, the sort of lead up to the game itself.
The opening montage.
All that business.
Yeah.
They went past him and they said, that man has been crucified in the media because of, his sunscreen sculling incident.
Yeah, that's true.
But as far as I know, we're the only people who talked about it.
I can't recall anyone else until he's got a Tarnoff incident trying to clean his medal. We haven't really talked about Steve Johnson apart from that incident.
So did all our jokes about him wearing a sunscreen moustache and having a factor 15 inside the body. Does that constitute a crucifixion?
I think it does. What power we wield. What power we wield.
All right, who's going to be nailed up next? I'm Steve Johnson. No, I'm Steve Johnson. Look, factor 15. Leave him alone. Playing the best football of his career, I'm told.
I do want to put it to the listeners today, a dovetail of don't do this.
We're not up to the phone in bit yet.
Oh, yeah, no, but just to think about it.
Yeah.
Have you ever,
drunk sunscreen?
Just had a crack,
I wouldn't go doing it.
No, don't do it. But if you,
if you want to give us the taste test.
You've just had a tipple.
See how many chef's hats.
Can you really taste the aloe vera?
Banana boat daiquiri.
Is it in there?
Yes, that's right. Ed in the social pages again, and I only point this out because
we only point this out because
this is the most KD Lang you have ever looked in a photo. Tell me I'm wrong. Have a look at that.
Constant craving. That is the only way to describe that. My eye is getting lazier and look how fat my head is. Man, that is... I've even got the striped jacket like KD wears.
That's right.
No need to give it to me. I've already got a copy.
Oh, right.
He's got his one laminated. Just pass it back. Who is the young lady that you're accompanying there, or should we not talk about that?
No, we got put together. They do that thing where you're just standing there and because you're by yourself, they go, hey, you're not that much of a loser. Here, somebody you hardly know.
So it's got Sophie Christian and Ed Cavalier enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
But someone you've never met before.
No, I
so
kind of know them, but
enjoyed the show separately.
I kind of know them, but it's not like
Okay, all right.
It's not like you're suggesting. It's not like you'd like, Martin.
But we should get that one. We need a higher resolution of that. See if you can get it from. I think that was in the Herald Sun on Saturday in Melbourne. Let's get a copy of that with more pixels.
Lovely.
And then we can do what will be the best ever Cavalier v Lang on the website. I'd like to get it to the point where people don't know who's who.
That's a good idea.
That's a beauty, though.
That's a really good idea.
Okay. That's all part of the mad antics of the weekend. Mad Monday, football, etc., etc.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Well, we're playing Sensible Monday.
Oh, are we?
Sensible Monday.
Yeah, now...
Doesn't sound very sensible.
Well, I know that Richard spent the morning giving Warwick Capper a genital sponge bath.
Oh, not again.
All right. That's good stuff.
Yes,
and he enjoyed it. Now, what we're looking for is it's Mad Monday, so footballing and footballing aficionados all around Australia right now are just, getting hammered and getting tats of it and tying themselves to things.
Public holiday or not in your town, it's mad.
It's absolutely cuckoo. Now, we want to know what dull things are you doing as we play Sensible Monday.
Sensible Monday, because I went to the dentist this morning.
Okay.
I have a fantastic dentist. He's got the posh Scottish accent, you know, the very...
he's one of the three, is he?
The lyrical posh Scottish accent. So
yeah.
nothing sounds like bad news. It's, oh, Mr. Martin, your entire family have been wiped out in a Zeppelin accident. You can say that to him, you go, oh, that's wonderful.
Thanks very much.
Sounds great. So I saw him.
Shall we have some shortbread?
Then I came in and sang some Cockney versions of My Chemical Romance songs.
Very sensible day for you, Martin.
And then I was nose down in the women's mags for the rest of it. What is in the women's mags today? The Woman's Day has an article about Antonia Kidman. And it's great looking at pictures of Antonia Kidman because you can see what Nicole's lips would look like if she hadn't had them done.
There you go.
That's what I find.
Or if she wasn't half dude.
When it says those posters, the bigger things with Antonia Kidman, I'm assuming they're talking about Nicole's lips.
I think so.
I'll pretend I didn't hear the half dude line.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty sensible, I guess.
Well, I had a very sensible morning. Got up, missed Batman, very upset.
Oh, that's not like you.
Went and had breakfast a couple of times.
Yeah.
Rode my bike in here.
No,
Crazy.
sensible.
Richard?
I spent much of my Monday morning searching for audio grabs of Nicole Corns.
Yes. Now, who's this?
Now, she is running for the federal seat of Boothby in Adelaide.
Oh, yeah.
And she's one to watch.
Yeah, really?
Because she's had a series of clangers.
Oh, okay, great.
She was on the ABC radio last week and basically just undid all of Labor's hard work over the past 7 months. And because she's running for Labor and she's not necessarily prepared.
No.
Because they did a doorstop interview with her as soon as she'd announced and she wasn't exactly across all the things.
Yeah.
And she dared to offer a situation on uranium mining, an opinion.
Yep.
And it was actually the opposite opinion to what Labor's policy was.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. And there's a new one as well about the work choices, government's work choices. The Labor Party IR policy. Well, she was asked to outline the policy at a community forum. Quote, what is it that people don't get? Is it specific policy and details? We can all go to a website and do that.
That's true.
So just go to the website.
Okay.
So I've been looking around for little audio grabs too, because that's one to watch.
Yeah.
It's one to keep an eye on. And also later on tonight, I'll be cleaning the heads on my VCR.
Oh, sensible Monday.
Do you know what we should say? A little postscript to that story.
Yeah.
Do you know why Richard's laying the boot into that?
No, I'm not laying boot, but-
No,
but you-
fine.
no,
No,
it's a
you
story.
are.
You're letting her dig her own grave.
Yeah, a fine candidate for the Boothby.
She's John Howard's secret weapon.
You know what it is? Yes, she's a plant. It's because she took Richard's column in the Adelaide Herald. There it is.
True? Is that what it is?
No, I used to write opposite her.
Uh-huh.
She didn't
and
necessarily
she's
take
still
it.
there with a column?
No, she was still there until she announced she was running for government. And then obviously there was a conflict.
There's lingering bitterness.
So bitter.
Full disclosure here at Get This. Okay.
Hi, Kathy.
Well, I am a Geelong supporter, so you'd think I'd be partying,
Yes.
but I've just done an extra 4 hours at work. So
Doing
not only
what?
have I worked, I sell ducks.
You sell ducks?
I do.
Have you heard our listener, Silo, that delivers ducks?
I do. He works for our company.
Oh, it's one big happy family.
Well, because Silo believes.
People want ducks.
And do you find that to be true? People want ducks, Kathy?
Everybody loves a love a duck.
Absolutely right.
Okay, now, what exactly are these ducks? What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are these, like pets or like food?
When people want ducks, they go and shoot them from the sky, do they not?
No, these are food.
Oh, food ducks.
They are. We sell to restaurants and butchers.
A little bit low yield, I find, your duck. It's in the lobster category. It's a lot of work for not a lot of meat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, can I tell you that lover ducks have the highest meat content of all ducks in Australia?
Wow.
More meat per duck.
We've just
That's right.
segued into an advertorial.
I think
Beautifully
so,
done.
Yeah, well done, Kathy. No prize
Have
for
a good
you.
one.
And but can I just say, did you know Silo, since his minor fame in this segment, has got his own MySpace page? People like ducks. So you didn't know about that?
I didn't. I'll mention that at work.
Yeah, there's some pretty fruity photos of you. You might want to check it out.
All right, thank you, Kathy. Well plugged.
Get this at the new time of 2 o'clock.
Or in Adelaide, 3 o'clock.
On the Triple M Network.